Hi, I'm Carmel Elijah C. Quinto from Grade 5 Berea Arts and Sciences High School. Today I'm going to show you my PowerPoint 12 shark facts that may surprise you. Let's go to the next slide. Sharks do not have any bones. This is because their skeleton is made out of cartilage. So cartilage is is not bone. It's a flexible substance that can be found in sharks and since and cartilage can be broken easily, so they cannot turn into fossils. So you cannot find any shark fossils. The only shark fossils you can find are their teeth, because their teeth are the only part of them that are made out of bone. So for the next slide, most sharks actually have good eyesight. Examples of sharks that have good eyesight are sharks that hunt at night. Examples of that are white-tip reef sharks. They rest in the day and attack and then hunt in the night. So the way they see is with their good eyesight. And this also goes for the diurnal sharks, like hammerhead sharks. They have, because of their hammer-like head, they have a 360 view of everything around them using their two eyes on their sides, Anyways, sharks also have special electroreceptor organs. These organs are used to find their prey, like fish and others. And that's all. The electroreceptor organs are also why they are normally curious around scuba diving equipment, like sea-proof, like waterproof cameras, because their electroreceptor organs are detecting electricity from the cameras and such. For the next slide, shark skin feels similar to sandpaper. So this picture here is a nurse shark's skin. As you can see, there are like tiny scales. There are tiny scales there, and those scales are like tiny teeth. They're like tiny teeth covered with a slimy substance, and the slime on the scales with the sharp scales help them move faster. So like the scales are facing the tails normally, and that helps them move faster when catching prey. For this next slide, we can see that sharks can go into a trance. As you can see here, some researchers have flipped a sawfish, which is actually a shark species, upside down, and when they flips it upside down, they do atomic immobility to a shark. So it turns the shark into a trance when you turn them upside down. So they do this technique to study the sharks. And for the next one, sharks have been around for a very, very, very long time. They have been around for millions of millions of years, and they were actually there were sharks even before dinosaurs. This is an example of a theory, like that the first animals came from water, then evolved to go on land. So the sharks evolved into the dinosaurs. It's kind of like that. That's why sharks have been around for a long time. For this next one, scientists say it's kind of like how you find out how old is a tree. It's like how many rings are there on a shark's vertebrae. So vertebrae is like a cell. It's like a big cell. So here are examples of shark vertebrae. As you can see, they have rings. Yeah, they have rings on them. So that's how you tell how old a shark is. For this next one, blue sharks are really blue. The reason for this is counter shading. Counter shading is like a shark's special technique of camouflage. So their backsides are blue and their chest is white. You must be asking, how does this work? It's so from the top, fish can only see the dark blue down, even though there's a shark down below them, because their backs, the shark's backs, are blue. So you'll have a hard time seeing them from above. For the second one, the sharks, fish also cannot see sharks from below because the shark's chest is white, and even though the ocean is not white and it's blue, it becomes white when you look up. So you see like the sun. This, of course, does not work for nighttime, but it works really well for daytime. Also, each whale shark spot pattern is as unique as a human fingerprint. So if you look here, you can see like a fingerprint. And if you look on a different person's finger, you'll see a different fingerprint. So it's unique for everyone you see. This goes for a whale shark spot pattern too. So if you see a whale shark spot pattern, you'll see some of the white spots here. And if you look at a different whale shark spot pattern, you can see that the white spots are in different places. So that works for all the whale sharks you see, just like humans and with their fingerprints. For this one, some species of sharks can pull water into their gills while like lying down on the bottom of the sea. So of course shallow. Examples of these are nurse sharks like this one, lemon sharks, and white tip reef sharks. So the way they get water into their gills is through a spiracle, and other sharks like great whites, whale sharks, and hammerhead sharks, they have to keep on moving so they can force water into their gills. Next one, not all sharks have the same teeth. The first example of a shark teeth is these jagged teeth. So sand tiger sharks and makos and other sharks have this kind of teeth. It lets the shark bite onto a slippery fish, and the slippery fish can't slip out because the jagged teeth are like clawing into the fish. Other sharks have a strong, perfect triangle like teeth, examples of these are great whites and tiger sharks. They use it to make a big force. So like they can jump on a fish, on their fish, like, and on the prey, like, especially if the prey is hard, like when tiger sharks try to eat sea turtles. And there's also tiny teeth that basking sharks, whale sharks, and megamouth sharks use to get plankton, because some sharks are filter feeders. They eat only, they may be big, but they only eat the tiny plankton. And next, last fact for now is that different shark species reproduce in different ways. Some sharks, like whale sharks, can reproduce through live birth. So as you can see here, this whale shark's right now pregnant. As you can see, there's like a bit of fat there, which is actually their growing and developing babies called shark pups. A whale shark can birth at least 300 whale sharks every time they get pregnant, like baby whale sharks. The baby whale sharks are very tiny, so that's how they fit inside. Sharks, like pork Jackson sharks, can also lay eggs. Like for this is what a common shark egg looks like on the right side of the screen. They're pretty transparent and have the yolk and the shark inside it. It's also, shark eggs are also called mermaid's purse for many people. There's also a way for them to reproduce through eggs, but the eggs stay inside them. So like the sharks develop inside eggs, which are inside the sharks. Examples of these are great whites. So when the sharks are fully developed, they will release, but so it looks like live birth, but in reality they came from eggs, but the eggs were just inside the shark's body. And there's also a special way that sand tiger sharks reproduce. They make like two big sand tiger shark pups, and then many other small tiny sand tiger shark pups, and then the two big sand tiger sharks eat the other little ones, and then it's a battle to the death for the two big sharks, and the winner will eat the loser. So overall, just one sand tiger shark goes out of the shark mom. And here are the references that I got the pictures out of. So I hope you enjoyed my PowerPoint, and I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching, and bye. Bye.